Hey there. Spent a wee bit of time at lunch doing my thing, so I am actually a little bit behind, a little bit behind lunchtime, haul time. Um, so I am just waiting for some people to get in here. Usually this happens in the middle of the day Friday, but tell me about the United States Postal Service. Those guys work damn hard, and because nobody's going anywhere, flights are down 60% this time of year. Everybody's shipping packages. Those guys are massively overworked. Hey, Shiny, not appreciated for what they do. They are backed up, and that's okay. So this is also a little way of me saying if you expected a package from me sometime in the last week or two, I apologize. That package probably ain't going to get there. I got tracking for everybody. So don't worry about it. Like, you'll get your stuff. It's just, we got to give the United States Postal Service some slack, right? They're run by a moron who is appointed by a moron, and they just don't have the wherewithal to do what they need to do. And they just don't have the manpower, woman power to get things done. So things are taking a while. And that's why I took a while. They are the real Santa. That's why I took a while, because I was out for about an hour and a half during the middle of the day. Friday's a good day. I only got 2 classes. And my free period goes next to my lunch. What's up, Nola? Hola, Nola. So I do have some time to do some digging, and I took more time digging today. What's up, Captain? Happy birthday, Captain. Did some more digging today than normal, knowing that I'm going to be doing a lot of shopping this weekend, a lot of selling this weekend, and then taking a nice break because my eyes hurt and I'm getting new glasses, and I just can't be here, doing this all the time. So I'm going to do a big push of selling and a big push of buying this weekend and trying to hit some places I haven't gone to now that I'm break. So I went to three stores, 2 places had stuff. So Half Price Books. This is ridiculously bad art from Salvador Larroca. I won't say it's 90s art because it's 2001. The only reason I purchased this is because it's a 2001 newsstand. Thank you. Well, I'm sure they do. But look at that. It's like wedgie from heck. I mean, look at that. That's just ridiculous. But it is a 2001 newsstand, so I was happy to pick that up. And they had another one right next to it, 2001 newsstand. Happy to pick that up. I went to Tricky's, and every time I go into Tricky's, he says, nothing new out, because I know he's got a whole bunch of new comics that he was going to bag and put out. But he's like, I found 3 more boxes that you did for me, because over the summer I packed stuff up. So he's still got 3 boxes of my stuff to put out. And I'm like, your rack's empty. He's like, I'm busy. So, do your thing, dude. But I need to, make my stops short and quick. Get your comics out and I'll buy your comics, because I always buy comics from you. But if you've got the same stuff that I've passed up about 5 weeks in a row now, I'm not getting those comics. Yeah, no backing board or sleeves yet. I'll put those away soon. I literally just had them and got them 20 minutes ago. I picked up this just because it was $1.25, and I've got number 5, and I've got a little package of some of the keys. That's a minor key, Black Adam's wife. Always thought this was the most ridiculous cover, and I don't even think it's a key, but this is also a 2001 newsstand. So I grabbed that new X-Men issue as well, with the imaginary, or the magical, sticking whatever she's wearing, half wrap / sort of bra thingy. They should, and a lot of shops do, but Half Price doesn't. And he just puts stuff out. If it comes in a bag and board, he puts it out in a bag and board. If it doesn't come in a bag and board, he doesn't put it out in a bag of board. So it's good. I've had this and sold this before. I don't really need this or want this, but they had 2 of them for 50 cents, 1 newsstand, 1 regular. I thought that was kind of cool, so I grabbed those. That's like big mid-90s newsstand, not big news. Big news when it's on a big comic, medium news when it's on a medium comic, small news when it's on a small comic. And I'd consider this a small key at best, or a small popular comic. I did get a copy of Mercy #1 and Stillwater #1 because I like to offer packs of #1 indie stuff. Of course, looking for any viable Star Wars. I prefer issue 7 to this, but issue 8 is still part of the same storyline. It's still a good storyline. Involves Obi-Wan, so just a random Star Wars for $2. Now this next book, Poe Dameron #2. Why did I get Poe Dameron #2? I'll tell you why I got Poe Dameron #2. That didn't work. That didn't work. Nope, I want to do the side-by-side. How can I do the side-by-side? I'm so bad at StreamYard. I know, I drag it, right? Nope, I don't drag it. But whatever. I'll do the solo layout. There you go. Poe Dameron #2. First appearance of Captain Phasma, Commander of the First Order. Captain Phasma, Journey to Star Wars: The Last Jedi #1. First comic book appearance of Captain Phasma. They can't both be the first appearance of Captain Phasma, because there can only be one first appearance of Captain Phasma. And actually, Poe Dameron came out in 2016. The Captain Phasma comic came out in 2017. So it is the Poe Dameron comic that is the first appearance of Captain Phasma in comics. I don't know if they're making a distinction between Commander of the First Order and, shiny, higher Commander of the First Order. I really don't think they are. I think that they just screwed up, and that's okay. They are allowed to make mistakes. You always got to check your information. I was 99% sure that Poe Dameron came out before the Journey to the Last Jedi comics, and I was correct. So the correct book to get was this. So minor key, but I got it for minor money, and it's an extra. So there you go. Came across these. They were $2 each. This is a run of Justice League, the most recent run, 57, 56, 55, and 54, and 53. These are all death metal tie-ins. There's some minor first appearances in here. There's some minor first appearances in here. Somebody who's a Batman fan might want them. I took a shot on them. That's all. These are pretty standard metal books. The Forge. This is the A cover, and then the casting. This is also tie-in to Dark Knight's Metal, and so for half off cover, I would pick those up. This next one is probably the one that I'm happiest about. I don't think this is a key in any way, shape, or form. And it has some color rub on the back. I usually don't buy these unless they're perfect. But Hulk 600, which came out in 2009. Bam! Ooh, it even has some color rub there. I didn't even notice that because I was so fixated on the symbol. So that's a 2009 newsstand. It also has a little bit of color rub there, but you're talking about a very, very rare book by this point. 2009. The last Marvel newsstands were 2014. Last DC newsstands were 2017, which would be crazy to find. I don't know if they were still selling at Barnes & Noble then or something. But Hulk 600 in newsstand. Other than that color rub, it's in pretty fine condition. No spine ticks. A little bit of dirt on the actual white there themselves. That I can clean off pretty easily. So I was super happy for that one. Super happy. And then I found Miles. I wasn't sure if this was Miles Morales' first one, and then they just made them Absolute Carnage, or it turns out Absolute Carnage is its own series. Didn't know anything about this. I paid $5 for this one. I probably overpaid, but they literally had every Absolute Carnage #1, like that crossed over with every single title out there in half price right now. And I didn't know which ones were the popular ones. I purchased this on a whim because it says Miles Morales, and people tend to dig him these days, as do I, though I'm like his more straightforward stories. Went over to Lily Pad Antiques. Apparently, they got in new comics, and somebody was there yesterday who shows up like once a month and bought every new comic that they put out there. They said he's a new collector who just isn't discerning or distinguishes and just buys a lot of comics from them, which is great, you know. So there was nothing there that I hadn't seen, but they dropped the price on a few things. So I went, this is like digging, right? This is digging and not getting like major stuff. Tales of the Jedi, Dark Lords of the Sith, #4. This is what I call just random stuff. Tales of the Jedi, Dark Lords of the Sith, #4. Star Wars Rivers of Chaos, 1 of 4. Boom. Boom. Those were $1 each. And then Rogue Squadron Masquerade. This is also a newsstand, issue 4 of 4. So it's in the Rogue Squadron series. It's 31. They often do this on the Dark Horse Star Wars stuff, right? So it's X-Wing Rogue Squadron, issue 31. But it's 4 of 4 in the Masquerade storyline. I actually dig how they do that. It's harder to read and to keep track of what you have, but I like that little thing that they do where they like put the arcs. You know, they don't have to do a 4-issue limited series. They're basically doing a 4-issue limited series, or they're doing an arc within the actual storyline, and then just I hate this. This is that super. This tape will not come off. You're gonna have to get a new bag for that. I take all tape off my bags. I get resealable bags, or if not, I just don't. I just take the tape off because this tape won't come off. I'll probably rebag this one. I just wanted to see what year it was. Now, this is interesting. These manga style Star Wars. You wonder if that has anything to do with the anime that they're going to be coming out with. This was 1998, so that's not even that late for a newsstand, but still pretty cool. I'll take it. Man, the chat was popping when we started. Now you guys all gone silent. So my total was like 24, and he took $4 off. So all of these books that are like $2, I probably got for about $1.25, somewhere around there. It's hard to tell exactly. So I got a Dr. Aphra #2, and then I got a little Star Wars run, 1922. Love that Imperial Star Destroyer in the background there. 26. Hey, Brendan, what's up? 30. 32. Love this cover, man. I just love their like body positions. So cool. Totally dig that one. And they had doubles of this. I almost bought a second one. I'm like, you just bought a second one and sold it last week. Why do you need a third second one, or a second third one, or a third one? I don't know. 40, which I also kind of dig. Just, you know, Leia sitting there with the staff. And then this is where 45. This is where the series went downhill for me. There were still a couple of good issues or arcs after this, but this I remember very specifically reading this one and being like, oh, that's kind of a dorky storyline. And it's more like Rebel pilot shenanigans. And then like from that point on, I didn't love the series, even though okay, no, Brandon, shh. No, we haven't watched it yet. Nathaniel's finished. He's playing Minecraft and talking to his friends. Nicholas's school doesn't finish until another hour and a half. My wife missed last week's episode, so she said we could watch this one on her own. But no spoilers. No spoilers. Just want to get out there in front of everybody. I am dying to see it. I have not seen it. I can't believe Darth Vader is Luke's father. No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm seeing it about an hour and a half from now. So I'm going to go hit up Value Village on the off chance that one of their $1.49 pieces of crap with a sticker right across is like a piece of gold. Usually it's not, but I like to hit everywhere in Tacoma that I can just to see what I may come up with. But speaking of Mandalorian, I was playing with these in class today because I was doing a little thing on engineering of technological artifacts, and I was like, "Ooh, the Jedi are the lifelong enemy of the Mandalorian. Ooh, the Mandalorian are the lifelong enemy of the Jedi." But wait, we must band together to destroy the Empire. So what I was actually doing is I was showing the students how you can talk about just a lot of engineering with a simple thing like a Pez dispenser, because they're researching technological artifacts right now. And there's a spring down here. And what the spring does is it enables the candies to stay up the top even when you only have like 2 or 3 left. And then we were looking at this little, they call this the candy kicker on the back. So when you pull the head back, it almost like arcs around and it pushes the candy forward. And so that's kind of the way the Pez dispenser works. And apparently Pez, the candy, which came out before the dispenser and used to be in a tin, was originally made as a mint in Australia or Austria in order to try to stop people from smoking. It was like, instead of grabbing a cigarette, grab a mint sort of thing. It wasn't until years later that they started putting candy in the Pez dispensers. The original Pez dispensers were made of metal, and they didn't used to have feet that they could stand on. They used to just be straight down, and they would topple over more. Did a lot of work on Pez dispensers. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I want to sell and buy a lot of comics this weekend because I don't want to sell a lot of comics or buy a lot of comics next weekend because it'll be Christmas time and I want to spend time with the family. So I may try to hop on somebody's auction tonight. I don't know who or where. I may just sell some books myself. I'll be selling in Saturday, Australia. Thank you. I think one of my students wrote Austria by accident, and that's where I got it from. I'll be selling on the Saturday Morning Cartoon Crew on Southern Comic Geeks channel tomorrow. I'll be selling on Gorilla Todd's channel tomorrow night, and I'll be selling on Comic Book Posers channel Sunday night. Sunday morning on my channel, we'll be hosting a one-shot. NOLA Comics will be there. Kirk Comics on the Mind will be there. Simply Can't Make It. Big will be there, and Big O will be there. The 2 Big O's. Big O and Big Will, the 2 bigs. Biggs and Wedge Antilles will be, no. Big O and Big Will, NOLA, Comics on the Mind, and myself will be going through a one-shot run by N-CIX217, otherwise known as my 13-year-old son with the cool internet name. So check back. I'll try to have that up on my channel in a day, within the day so that I can start promoting it. You can see that. Until then, that's about all that I have. Thanks for joining me, Brendan. Thanks for joining me, Shiny. Thanks for joining me, Knights of Old, Cyborg Dad, Captain Comics, Flash by Night, and of course, NOLA Comics, who's in the chat finishing us off with a comment about Pez dispensers. I think it'd be great at one point to take like everything in the chat. I look forward to being stabby. I look forward to not trying to. So the last one shot we did like 3 weeks ago, I tried to kill the first person we came across because I was nervous and I hadn't done a campaign for 35 years. So I'm like, I stab him, and everybody looked at me like, you're just supposed to talk to him and get some information. I was like, oh, I didn't know. So yeah, I would love to take the chat sometime and just write it out as like a stream of consciousness story that is not connected to what the host is saying, because without me, interjecting, Nola's comments read like, oh, now Mando I can talk about. Australia, forward to being stabby. Peace sign, peace sign, peace sign. It gets funny. Anyway, I'm babbling. Peace out, everybody. I'll catch you around the way. Take care. Have a happy holiday, please.